Yeah, Campbell really he founded the company, but there's also he's not like the pivotal guy, in my opinion, in the Campbell company. There's a guy in 1894. Campbell died in 1900. So in 1894, Arthur Dorrance takes over the company. Okay. Now, Dorrance, also not the key figure in my opinion. Dorrance has a nephew. His name is John Dorrance. And he was attending MIT and doing real well in the chemistry department. And he got some offers coming out of college, like, hey, you can come work for us as a chemist. And he was like, no, man, I want to get into food. I want to go work for my uncle's company. So he went to work for his uncle, and his uncle wasn't all that supportive. He kind of was like, hey, you can have a small little budget to work on your thing. He was the guy who invented condensed soup. So soup was at full strength. And you can imagine it's more packaging back then, more aluminum, more can.
Sure.
And the shipping is probably very expensive because of all the water that's in there. So it's going to be more expensive to the consumer. At the time, ready-to-eat soup was like sort of a delicacy. It was like rich people ate it, or middle-income people on special occasions. And he was like, I want to bring soup to the common man. And so he worked on condensing soup, and he got it. He figured it out, revolutionized the game. He got it, I think, in 1897. And it tasted horrible. It was terrible. I can't remember what other product we found that was like that, where they figured it out and it tasted terrible. But yeah, it was
Pringles.
It was Pringles, wasn't it? Yeah,
it
exactly.
tasted really bad. They figured,
they came back.
We nailed the shape.
Yeah. They came back to it years later. Yes. I think. I think he stuck with it. But this is cool. He was like, I don't know I know what I'm doing from a chemistry perspective, but I don't know what I'm doing from a food perspective. So he moves to Paris and studies to become a chef.
Wow.
Yeah, he takes jobs in these restaurants, and he's doing grunt work. He's like they got him peeling potatoes or something, and he sticks with it, and he sort of makes his way up through the system and comes out of there a gourmet chef. Goes back to the company and figures it out. He makes a soup that tastes really, really good. And just in time, the company was struggling at that point, and they brought out soup, and they were off to the races.
This should be a movie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right.
Even though it tasted great, and it was 20 cents less than the other soups, they still weren't buying it.
Yeah.
They still weren't buying it. So he goes back to Paris in 1900. There was a World's Fair there, and they had I think they had a lot of food competitions at the time, and they won a gold medal at that 1900 Paris World's Fair. And they were proud of it, gave him some recognition. He was like, let's take that gold medal, picture that gold medal, let's put it right on the can.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so they put it right on the can. Can you take a look at one of those cans and see if it's still there? For a while, it was.
I see it right in the middle.
Is it there?
Yep, and it says Paris International Exposition.
Yeah, man.
1900.
Still there, 1900. I think that's pretty good. Around this time, our old buddy Heinz was like, all right, you guys are coming after us. And they went at it pretty hard. Dorrance bought his uncle out, and then he decided, hey, we're in a lot of stuff at that time. Campbell's been in a lot of stuff. I think they were still canning vegetables. And he was like, we're going to focus on soup, and we're going to focus on pork and beans. That's our business. None of the other stuff. So he got real focused. They renamed the company in 1921 the Campbell Soup Company, not Campbell's, not the Campbell Company. It was the Campbell Soup Company, and he did a lot of stuff. He went heavy on marketing. This guy was somewhat of a marketing genius. He published a couple of cookbooks. He launched some streetcar ads, and in 1931 he launched a radio ad campaign that really, really was key to the business and most of Tim's acts. It was good.
Genius.
Yeah. Paving the way for Tim to launch, 34 mediocre jokes on this podcast.
They've all done well.
Whatever Gabe Reel says or does not say.
I stand by it.
I know you do.
Especially the first one. The first one you liked.
Oh,
the
dude,
first one
it was great, man.
One of the clips from the early on
Yeah.
in the consumers.
It was fantastic.
I stand by all of them. It's good.
Yeah, in 1934,
You gotta tell us, man. You
uh,
gotta say it, Tim.
did I miss something?
No, I just said it. Good.
Okay, good.
Got it in there.
No, I didn't. In 1934, they had a product called Campbell's Noodle with Chicken. Okay, that was their soup, Campbell's Noodle with Chicken. A radio announcer misread it and said Campbell's Chicken Noodle, and that's what it became.
Wow.
Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, not Campbell's Noodle with Chicken Soup. I can see how he would misread that.
Well, yeah.
Because I've almost misread it 3 times. I had to pause. It's a mouthful.
Well, but for you, it's programmed in a certain way, thanks to him. Where
Probably
he just
correct.
flat out misread it. But if you look
Yeah.
at, misreadings on this podcast have become 390 is a part of our culture,
Over here.
and it's all because of Sean.
Yeah, things change because of misreadings.
Mhm.
A lot of people now, when they say the number 2, they actually mean 3 because of Sean.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe all 3.
1948, they acquired V8. 1961, it all
Yeah,
ties
man.
together, by the way, on this podcast, guys. It all ties together eventually. 1961, they acquired what? Pepperidge Farm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they bought Pepperidge Farm. 1966, Godiva.
Oh, chocolates?
Yeah, chocolates.
Sure.
Yeah. My mother loved Godiva chocolate. In 1955, they had a test kitchen that invented green bean casserole.
Really?
Yeah, Dorcas Riley, I believe, was the force behind the green bean casserole.
How do you invent that? You're basically just.
I think the kitchen published a recipe,
Okay.
so maybe somebody else
Was
had
the
it.
first to make it. Yeah.
Maybe somebody else, but maybe they were like, hey, what if we put this and this and this together? A very popular dish. Sean, your thoughts on green bean casserole?
Haven't had it much, but here's the problem, guys. I can eat anything. So if if it was here right now, I'd put it down.
Yeah.
I'd put it down. I don't eat much of it,
Not a
but
party
when
guy.
we get into the soups, man, I have some strong thoughts in this.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tim.
Possible.
Green bean casserole is not really it's not a part of my.
Me neither.
I like green beans.
Love green beans.
String beans is what we kind of grew up calling them.
Yeah, string beans.
But not the casserole. It's just not my.
Well, you're
thing.
not-
I don't really
situation-
like any casserole.
I think that's a good call.
I don't like I like the stuff that's in the casserole. I don't tend to like the stuff that binds it all together.
And people
Neither
are
one of us eat cheese, and usually cheese is a binder in there.
people are so proud of casseroles.
Oh, they love it.
What's so great about cheese or not? What's so great about casseroles?
I think because there's 30 things in it, so everyone can have their own unique way to make. When you make a casserole, you can make it really kind of your own thing because you have a zillion ingredients.
Yeah.
But have you ever had a good one?
I had when I was a kid. When I ate more cheese, my mother made some great casseroles.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just sort of a hearty dish that makes you feel sort of like home. I think
Yeah.
Yeah, I have enjoyed some casseroles. My mom made a lot of breakfast casseroles, and they were outstanding. But I do think casseroles. You show me a casserole that doesn't involve cheese,
Right. Breakfast casserole, I'm with you. But let's keep
Yeah.
it to breakfast.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
Here's the problem. When are we in situations, like when was the last time we had the opportunity to eat a casserole and we're like, I'm good?
Holidays.
Holidays?
Holidays.
You guys, oh, really? I guess we don't do it holidays.
no casseroles at your
I
home?
don't-
No green
I
bean
guess-
casserole?
Yeah, I guess Thanksgiving. I'm sure there's a casserole
Yeah.
at Thanksgiving, I assume. I'm just trying to think the last
A
time it was
casserole.
in my option to pass. So it's like truck stop meatloaf. You don't get it often. We just
We enjoyed it.
I loved it.
I
just
ate
saying,
truck stop.
meatloaf.